Even if I did know where he was. Good evening, DJ. I would never give you that information.
You ain't gonna make it.
Hey, pause that real quick. Pause it. Oh, what's good, SK? What you doing here? What you need?
I'd be fresh so I can come over and play with you guys.
Yo,
Said
it's
it'd be
all
cool.
good, Aaron. Come on in.
Yeah, man, it's all good. I don't mind.
I even grabbed some Mountain Dews.
Yeah, man. I guess I don't mind that either.
Exactly.
Hey, man, but since you're coming through all the time, you should really bring up my analytics, bro. What do I have to focus on?
On-offs is where I start. Plus minus, on-offs, netbox rating.
Yeah, man, all that sounds like German to me.
Could I grab one of those?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I'll just put it on your tab. Dude, I'm kidding, man. Relax, bro. You should really try some yoga, man. I feel like it would, de-stress you out, man.
Yeah, it's just that they don't. It's not like they're paying me top dollar. Nah, I don't want to be a mooch.
Mooch? Have you met B Fresh? Dollar, bro. You good at your job.
Yeah, I mean, for every 3 guys that get drafted to the lottery, there's 1,200 math nerds wanting to calculate their value to the franchise. It's nothing cooler than saying you work for the NBA and it looks good on the resume too, which is why I'd be making more as a school teacher. It's supply and demand. And to top it off, it's hard because a lot of people don't believe in what I do.
I believe in you.
Man, yeah, dude.
Thanks, B.
Enough for you to grab me one of those Mountain Dews.
I got you. Trying to make the man reach across the screen. What do you mean, though?
Well, it's the numbers. It's too new school for the execs, coaches, people in the organization. They just don't believe in the data.
I don't believe in it because you're the only one that understands it, bro.
Yeah, but it's pretty simple though. Say a guy is the on and offs. Like if a guy's scoring 20 points a night, but his team's giving up 1.5 points for every point scored.
Right.
Over the course of one game, it's hard to see. But in the whole season, the guy gets you beat.
We got it, man.
Basically, even though he's putting out numbers where people are like, oh, he's really good, the on and offs tell you exactly how he's doing on and off the court. But it's hard to convince the coaching staff that this guy is really awful when he's scoring, 23 points a night.
Okay, so what are my on and offs?
They're really good.
For real?
What's up? That's what's up.
Hey, we made it, B!
Y'all know.
Dante, what are you looking at?
Give me the ball.
.2K Sports Show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Pepsi Center, the site, Dent team, and today they'll be playing against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, the results have been excellent, and it has to be said, they're not showing any. And this evening's matchup, I guess we don't expect a lot of scoring. Got 2 lockdown defenses here. Kenny, what makes these 2 teams so difficult to score against?
Oh, aggressive mindset and taking care of the defensive boards.
Well, you also got to have great athletes and a willingness to help each other.
That's good. I almost said that. I
know you did. I almost said what you said.
No doubt.
That's going to wrap it up from here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later on.
Hey, remember, a new place ain't nothing but a place you ain't never been. Huh? I don't know, my granddad used to say, we moved around a lot when I was a kid. Have a good game, DJ Road Warrior. Like that? DJ Road Warrior.
Teams, two conferences. It's the Bulls in this one. So everyone, it's the NBA on 2K. Greg Anthony and Chris Evan Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting sidelines. This game back in Denver for the Nuggets. They're one of the dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, 7 of their last 8.
And I think for Denver, had the kind of hot and cold start come to expect. Nothing that would indicate signs of a breakout season.
This makes you want to be inconsistent as the season progresses. At this point, they look like they're still finding out their identity as a team, which is why they have struggled.
And going, let's hear from sideline, David.
Well, guys, Paul Millsap is the best NBA big men when it comes. And Millsap says when you're 6'8", going on guys that are 7 feet, you're not going down. So you try to get it down low when they down. Smart what you have. Kevin?
And Millsap, crafty is the most underrated players in the game. Great advanced scouts who know how to help a team prepare an opponent. When you play, Chris, what kind you be given with a team that was coming up on the schedule or the night that was important for you?
Well, rookie year, I remember the first time I got the playoff scouting report, and I had to know how many times the player I was against was shooting as opposed to his left shoulder, and the percentage of the time on the left box as opposed to the right. Just knowing the guys and understanding the habits is so neat that it gives you confidence because, as I said, one player, it's just so hard to do. Check their tendencies so maybe you can beat him to the spot that he likes before he can because it's going to destroy you. Scouting reports are everything to opponent.
Did you keep, Chris, a mental or would you have a night in to keep track?
I had a mental notebook. The teams would give I would just kind of read them and mental notes. You get to see guys so often that player is that night before you play him, it might be too late.
We've got a chance here to set the floor. Gatorade all field ready to go for this. So for Chicago right, Mirotic, Lopez, T-Wade out there with Grant. And it's Valentine, 3, the small forward. Chandler outside. Near the 3 now. That one was
just decision making. He's got to be there. And
I love to hear his explanation of Coach Whitey. That's interesting conversation.
After Dwayne Wade hitting the 3. Nelson. Just fine. And Chicago will go the other way with last game matchups, a tough loss.
You hate game that you for 3 quarters, but that was just really how they played, and they took it out.
Next,
all these open threes, they've really been the driving force.
It's Grant. Pass stop the run. It's a hand. Millsap with the extra effort.
And maybe they need to find
how to get those first points.
Now, here's Grant. He had a 12-point last game against Phoenix. He stops with a legal screen.
Yeah, still moving. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
I think you really see more illegal screen calls than just about any other play. Maybe the charge call. Guys never think they're...
14 points from him the last game against the Utah Jazz. From the baseline. As it just
his in-between game always, but the D all by itself right there.
And really the Nuggets a stronger team than many have perceived. And one area that troubled them was the defensive end. And when they would lose, it was usually by being unable to come up with consistent stops.
Now, here is Nelson. He hasn't yet put points in this one. Now the Jokic, and it's sent back by Lopez.
Well, Lopez is out there to set the tone defensively. I mean, he's been there through second third.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Harris with it. Wade picks him up. Harris outside. Down. Back to Nelson. Millsap a screen. The shot by Chandler. Wide open. Good. And a nice assist from Nelson.
They could go for a big game if they don't beat him up on the perimeter.
Valentine passes the grip. Here's Mirotic. The three-pointer is right on target. Mirotic has got his first 3 points of the game.
How about the pad, moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Millsap sets the pick for Chandler. Outside Millsap. Back to Chandler. And stolen by Valentine. In transition, here come the Bulls. And cut to the line with a chance to make it 3.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Bulls shooting their first free throw of the night.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
Levine's checked in for Chicago. And Chris, you had to deal with different injuries during your playing career. Some guys get bit by the injury bug and some others avoid it their whole career. Do you think that staying healthy, Chris, is a skill or is it just luck of the draw?
Good question, Kevin. I really can't answer that. When you look at a guy like Jordan and see him only hurt his ankle one time, or take care of your body and you prepare, that you can definitely stave off. But at the same time, I think it's the luck of the draw. If you were a guy like myself and you're rebounding in the paint and there are a lot of feet under you, you're going to come down on someone's ankle and twist your ankle. We've seen a lot of non-physical injuries, a lot of injuries that just seem to have nowhere. When you look at George's injury with the Olympics that time, or you look at a guy like Steph Curry with his hat back in the day. So I really can't answer that. That's a great question. It's like what comes first, the chicken or the egg? But how hard you work, it takes a little bit of luck to be successful. I think we all would say that. So I would lean on more so the side of luck than necessarily being prepared and not having it.
Good answer. And Mirotic has it in the corner. It's the Bulls from deep.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Grant against Nelson. Kicks it to Harris. He feeds it to Millsap. Jokic a screen. Off the screen. And the whistle blows, so it's a three-point play.
There's no lack of aggression on his part. When he's got the chance to score, he'll take it.
And last season, jumped to true stardom that Jokic was able to make. There was a stretch where every game he just looked more and more incredible. Truly gave this team, I think, a franchise player in the blink of an eye.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Fareed's checked in for Chandler. Martin comes in for Gary Harris. And Murray's subbed in for Jameer Nelson. Many fans, Greg, of Jokic, it wasn't a play blossom last season.
And boy, did he. Jokic is so skilled for a big man, having played point guard growing up. Still very young and looks to be a star for a long time.
And there's the foul on the two. And there's the foul against Denver. Bulls shooting their second and third free throws tonight. First free throw is good. Plumlee, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Both free throws good from the great one.
The Bulls have been very active in revamping this roster. A lot of trades and player movement. Worried of becoming a treadmill team.
Now here's Millsap. 6 points for him. And it's blocked.
And already taped out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling it. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last VR.
With some lackluster finishes to their season the last couple of years, that worry of finishing poorly isn't going away for Bulls fans. But luckily, the Bulls have a history of business of shaking things up.
It's never easy to make that choice. The front office has been shaking things up. Not easy, but they're committed to change right now.
And Tib, they just, you see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. The Bulls getting the bucket. Barton dishes. Plumlee sets the pick for Murray. 5 to shoot. And easy the pick. Murray's got his first basket of the night.
You got to feel comfortable when Murray is working the pick and roll. His shooting, speed, and passing all are next level.
He gives his team averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And that one's good. Millsap. Millsap's got it back down to within sync.
That's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnover, push it in transition.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now, taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Freeze him up, but he just fails to capitalize.
He plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Nice. He snuck a hand in there. That's the great anticipation he brings on the offensive glass.
Here's the great one. And it's off. The Nuggets trail by 7. Barton outside. Murray for 3. He's now 1 for 2. The Bulls shooting 56% in this first quarter. An outstanding start for this offense. Yep, that one. Levine's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, sweet move there, taking the defender off the dribble and then just cruising in for the layup.
Plumlee with the screen, and Fareed gets to Millsap. 15, that goes in. Millsap's got 10.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here.
Yeah, both teams have come out with solid offensive strategies. And then, of course, the guys are finishing.
Wayne Wade, he's been the guy making things happen. Chicago Bulls. We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, been doing or not doing.
Turn this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you what, when you allow them to speed up the tempo, there's a good chance fall behind.
Oh, for Chicago right now. Great one out there with Portis. Then there's Wells, and it's in at the 1 spot. The Bulls leading. Here's the great one, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, misses 2. And there's the foul against Denver. And the Nuggets over the bat. Great job, organization of collecting talent.
And with that steady approach, they've been able with Jokic. Very disciplined approach to building this team. And you can see the depth they enjoy. And it all starts with the job this front office has done.
For. Well, we don't always get what we want, Chris, but if you were in charge of the dunk contest, which 4 players would you personally pick to make up the field?
Man, it's so tough. Wow. I think I definitely want to go with Levine. He's, you know, the ex-dunk champ.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, Westbrook, I think Paul George would be great in there. Of course, LeBron, Griffin. There's so many high flyers. I just think it's so. Sometimes the have the advantage. Big guys feel like they can't do it. I mean, you know, even our worst dunk contest, I've fallen in love with because you get to see some incredible things. But yeah, I'd start so many other players.
Here's Wells. Passes it to the great one. Got a piece of it. One by Murray. Miles passes to Murray. Barton outside. Screen by Fareed. Barton kicks to Murray. Here's Fareed. And good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots at close range.
Here's the great one. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you do that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Wade, he's checked in for Wells. Free throw good from the great one.
And they have yet to the line.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, Emmanuel Mudiay spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mental. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You got to keep that edge and be prepared at all. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're young in this league.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have back.
Barton outside. Feeds it to Plumlee. Pass to Wiles. Murray kicks to Wiles. 3-pointer. Barton. It's rebounded by Portis. Chicago leading by 5. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's the great one. Barton defending. Twain, that's good. Wade's got.
It's a bonus seeing Wade sink the 3. I mean, working on becoming a bigger threat from out there.
Nuggets have gone 3 since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Barton. Chicago grabs the miss. Levine for 3. The layup off target.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in.
Stolen by Levine on D. He shoots again. Pass to the great one. Bulls moving the ball around. Another shot, and it's sent back by Plumlee. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. A different look for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Chandler comes in. And Nelson is subbed in for Will Barton. Bulls. Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Mirotic comes in for the great one. And it's Grant in for Levine. Closing in on 4 minutes played here. And by Markkanen, nobody around. And the 3 off target. Chandler against Mirotic. Chandler. The pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 5. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson. 3 assists tonight.
Great job right there, Kevin. Beating the defense to the spot. Love the strong, aggressive effort right there.
Grant kicks to Markkanen. And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
I think you'll probably see more arguments on those illegal screens. Just about any other play, maybe the charge call, but guys never think they're removed.
Gary Harris is checked in for Denver. And the Bulls making a change also. Valentine's checked in. Here's Chandler. Good deep.
He gets the shot he was looking for, and he just can't bury it.
Wade kicks to Mirotic. Back to Wade. Dishes it to Valentine. Mirotic the screen. Grant the pass to Wade. Mirotic. And again, Chicago. Harris with it. His last outing, he had 8 points. Passes it to Jokic. Nelson outside. Chandler a screen. For 3, Harris. The shot misses. Wade with the defensive effort. Grant outside. He kicks to Valentine. Wade in the corner. Oh, good with the triple. The Nuggets trail by. And Chris, you played during an era against a team that many consider the greatest of all time. That 96 Chicago Bulls team with Jordan and Pippen and a great roster. Just thinking back to that team during that, what's it like when you were going up against that Bulls team?
So tough to play against that team. Arguably the best player that's ever, laced them up. And Pippen was so tough and rebounding. Rodman as well on the boards. And then you had guys in a system that was, just really too much. Of course, in my opinion, having played against them, they're the best team of all time. But Bill Russell, ghosts can't play, so don't get caught up in comparing eras that you really can't. So, yeah, of course they're the best of all time to me, but it's fun watching these young kids play today.
Here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Nelson kicks to Lyles. To the paint, out to Chandler. From the stripe, the offensive rebound. Good D by Wade.
Even that close to the bucket, that's a very tough finish in that kind of traffic.
And here is Grant. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the... Lopez dishes to Mirotic, and there's the 3-second violation. The Nuggets making a switch here. Millsap's checked in, and Chicago also making a switch. Felicio's checked in for Dwayne Wade. The Nuggets trail by 9. Chandler outside. Back to Nelson. Pass to Jokic. Is coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And the NBA game is evolving, Chris. You know that. And if you were starting back at square one, say, and trying to develop your skills to prepare yourself for a pro career, is there anything you do differently to prepare yourself for how the game is being played now?
That's a great question. I remember playing in Washington like 35% from the three-point line, and I remember in the paper they were saying, we don't need big fellas to do that. So I got right back in the post, and so the game has changed so much, and so I would really say that I would
change here. And so that brings... All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll... And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Wade really has his fingerprints all in for Chicago. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Nelson is out there with Gary Harris. And it's Chandler in its small. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And when the Nuggets are clicking on offense, Greg, they are a joy to watch.
They are, and one reason is because they're one of the better passing league, and right near the top in terms of assists per game last season. And all players on this roster at all positions make that extra pass to get an easy bucket.
Last season, one thing this Bulls team did was attack the glass. We're used to seeing them rebound well, but they are getting second chance points.
Yeah, we love the fight and attitude every player has in the paint. Everyone on this roster can go up and steal you an extra if you don't box them out.
Quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Mirotic, the screen. Bush from the great one. The 10 points in the game.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the floor of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
And Jokic wide open with nobody on him. He buries the jumper.
He didn't let that first half get him down. He has come out firing on all cylinders to begin this second half.
Here's the great one. Second shot opportunity. Lopez.
Talking about in terms of the activity level defensively, you got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
Nelson outside. Clock at 6. From deep. And on goes to Lopez. Lopez rebound here tonight. Valentine passes to the great one. Down low. Millsap with the steal. Knocked away. Lopez with the block. And here we go. The Bulls fast. And he's in from the low post. Grant's got the lead up to 13 now for the Bulls. Nuggets have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Grant against Nelson. Millsap a screen. Open. He shoots. And he's good on the 3 ball. This has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And great pick there by Millsap, just clearing out space.
There, the Bulls took it over.
Well, the Bulls last year were just dreadful from deep. I mean, they were one of the worst three-point percentages in the league. They just didn't have enough consistent shooters to spread the floor.
A platoon swap here on the floor. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Markkanen, Lopez. Bobby Portis comes in for Mirotic. Wells, he's checked in for Valentine. And Levine subbed in for Grant. And Christensen, they knew shooting from distance would be an issue for them. At least it was something they tried to avoid.
Have success without having a deep threat or two. Bulls learned that the hard way last season. Completely revamped rosters from outside.
Here's the great one, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
In the game, he shot 6 of 7 from the line.
And how about the job free throw line?
He's off on this.
As off the mark as he has been, they're a little lucky to be in front.
Murray kicks to Barton. Pass to Lyles to the right side. For 3, Murray can't hit that, so the Bulls will take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Here's the... And that no good by Chicago.
Not as far as scoring. Let's see eventually get back on track.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Finishes the break with a slam.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few twos, a lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
To the paint. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, that's a major league throw.
At rim, too, after the finish. He's got 13. This is from short range. Martin in the corner. Fires from deep. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Lyles.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Outside, Levine. Now the pass to the great one. To the middle. Here's Portis. Got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. They get it back. 1:30 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's the great one. Shot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jamal Murray. The Bulls have made that. They've hit 8 of 10. And the first one drops. Paul Millsap is checked in for Lyles. No good on the second. It's 1 of 2. The Nuggets trail by 6. Taken away. Here's the great one. 14 points for him. And he could not. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee. The Bulls have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. That one is off.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and unfortunately, it's the kind of scene this team.
So Felicios checked in for Markkanen, and Dwayne Wade subbed in for Wells. One's good, Barton.
And for others, one of the many ways Millsap can beat.
The Bulls leading by 4. 51 seconds left to play here in the third, and out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
The defense had nothing to do with that turnover. They're just fortunate. That's just plain sass.
Chicago making a switch. Wells is checked in. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Denver's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Millsap kicks to Murray. There's the feed to Fareed. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Now just a 2-point Chicago lead.
Grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Pitch to Levine. Back to Portis. He dishes it to Levine. Goes back up. And it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap hands anticipation there to block the shot.
Here's Murray. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Bulls lead by 2. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on Coach Mike Malone.
Stop and run. Sense of urgency, man. Come on. We got to get this win.
Fire under his team, Mike Malone asking his guys the moment.
And this time on the court need to step up, take control, and make things.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard good. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter. They've got Portis. Wells is out there with Levine. Dwayne Wade. And it's Felicio. And that one's good. Millsap.
And finally fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
I love it. Just like in life, they never gave up. To claw this game and not up the score, short of remarkable.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Millsap a screen. Barton outside. Shot on the wing. Millsap misses.
I don't care who it is. You can't leave him wide open from that range.
Millsap with this. Barton outside. Tap a screen. Out left to the wing. Up again. It's rebounded by Portis. The Bulls leading by 3. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And there's the 3-second violation.
That's a critical error. Their game is too tight to make mistakes like that.
Gary Harris gets. Then for the Bulls, Mirotic is checked in for Portis, and it's Denzel Valentine in for Wells. Nuggets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. 3 dishes to Millsap. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And a name that a lot of NBA teams were in on this past offseason. His ability to shoot from outside and play in the post all over the league. And the Nuggets were the team ultimately that was able to land it.
The first one falls. Greg, seems to be what they want in the 4.
You know, he pairs well with Jokic and this team. Gives them some shooting and rebounding, plus his overall versatility. The Nuggets seem to jump out of nowhere to sign him, but when you look at things, it really does make.
And so Paul Millsap.
And Paul Millsap, a very player, can shoot from anywhere, defend multiple positions. This guy just does it all.
Here's Mirotic. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Points for Nikola Mirotic.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Not go. This is off the front iron. The Bulls leading by 4. Grant outside. And stolen by Murray. And pushing it, shoots over Grant. The Nuggets with another miss on 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Now the dish to Wade. Kicks to Mirotic. Back to Wade. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 6 rebounds. Wade against Harris. Fareed, right side. Back to Harris. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Fareed. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He wanted to grab that backboard.
Wade from outside. And again, Chicago. No good. To tie it up. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. And it's a tie ball game.
They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing reached.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to their resilient attitude. They found a way to tie this one up.
They grabbed their own miss. And that one's good by Lopez.
Oh, well, Lopez is terrific on the offensive glass. I love seeing him use his long arms to haul in the boards.
Murray kicks to Jokic. There to get the go-ahead bucket. Bulls have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Feeds to Mirotic. This one for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. They just got 7 rebounds in the game. Millsap attacking. It's all in by... Now Valentine. Grant outside. That 3 off the mark. Millsap with it. Now guarded by Valentine. In the corner, Murray with it. Jokic on top. Back the kick out to Fareed. Here's Harris. Softly drops in the floater. Tied up here for Denver.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Wade kicks to Valentine. Wade against Harris. The 10-footer. Wade can't hit. Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Millsap left. Here's Murray. Guarded closer. Whistle blows. It'll be a travel.
He was playing flawless basketball up until that turnover.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for the Nuggets. Nelson comes in for Jamal Murray. Now here's Wade. Puts up a 3. And out of bounds it is. Last touch by Mirotic. The Nuggets shoot 6% from the floor. Nelson with it. He feeds it to Harris. Chandler a screen to take the lead. And it's Gary Harris with the 3. And it's a Nugget lead.
Well, he's been the safety valve for them on the so dependent.
Wade kicks to Valentine. Wade a screen on Nelson. Setting the pick for Grant. Lopez. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line.
And the length Lopez possesses is tough to combat. I mean, he used his body well to draw contact on the way up.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
Lopez. Now, this guy, he's a reliable role player, a stiff defender, and an intelligent shooter as well.
Both free throws good from Lopez. Denver in the lead. Wilson outside. Dishes to Millsap. And Mirotic sends it back. And he recovers it. Chandler at the line. Pin coming off the assist from Jokic. 15 points for Wilson Chandler. Pass to Mirotic. Mirotic sets the screen for Wade. Mirotic with it. Now defended by Jokic. And that one pass.
Lopez isn't going to shy away during big possessions. If he has a good look at the rim, he's ready to shoot.
Lopez against Jokic. Jokic a screen. Chandler down low. Shoot. And no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Now here's Valentine. He's guarded by Chandler. Pass to Mirotic. Screen. Just 5 to shoot. Shot off here. Offensive rebound. It's good, and they get the go-ahead. Got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, the arms of Lopez going forever, which is why he's able to.
Nelson with it. Now guarded by... That doesn't go either for Chandler.
Well, that's the shot they're looking at. Just can't get it to go.
Valentine kicks to Mirotic. It's to Valentine. Lopez against Jokic. Tied. That one a little long.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look. He like that.
Harris kicks to Jokic. They set the pick. And stolen by... They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Lopez kicks to Valentine. Releases from 15. Jokic passes to Chandler.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Well, we want people to tune in, don't we? This is what they're tuning into. Big moments.
Wade, right side, over Harris. And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut.